most, but many of the startups have not even cracked how to make a transaction profitable. And I think that's what worries me in terms of valuation, because they are surviving on investment coming for oxygen, right, to breathe. Why did we raise funding so late? We raised in 2013 and we started the company in 7. So imagine the gap, right? Typically, these days founders, startups, start the company, want to raise in 6 months, 3 months, even earlier. Some people raise first and then start. We actually took 7 years, and there was a reason behind it. We never started it for raising. We started it for building a fundamental business, right? Because ये हमारा रोजी रोटी था, इसमें पैसा डूबने का कोई चांस नहीं था. We started a profitable company in Jaipur, and we were profitable every single year. When 2010 happened, we started getting term sheets. 10, 11, 12, every single year we have got offers, and the prominent firms in India today, everybody made us an offer back then. We did not take that offer because they were offering $1 million or $2 million, which was a standard check size. And उससे ज़्यादा profit बैंक में था हमेशा. तो अनुराग, मेरा मन था, I'll be candid, ऐसा नहीं कि I had a think कि ये ले लेते हैं, इसमें पेपर में नाम आता है, जब आप ले दो थोड़ी ग्लोरी मिलती है. But Anurag said, let's spend the money in the bank first. And if you're able to spend this money in the bank, we'll raise. So what that helped was that we never raised, because we were never able to spend that money in the bank. In hindsight, it was a great decision of not raising so early, because we were able to conserve a lot of equity. The biggest equity goes out in the first round, second round. So if you believe in your business, if you believe something big can be created, run it frugally. Don't try to dilute in the beginning journey, because that's where the biggest dilution for lowest money will happen. So that's one thing we learned. Then we raised in 2013. Now we raised a Series A round back then, which was the largest Series A round of $15 million. उस टाइम 1-2 मिलियन के चेक होते थे, हमने सीधे 15 का चेक लिया था. तो बहुत सारा कैश बेंच आ गया, डाइल्यूशन बहुत कम करी हमने. आई थिंक दैट वर्कड सो ब्यूटिफुली ऑफ रेजिंग लेट एंड बिल्डिंग अ प्रॉफिटेबल एसेट. पैसा तब उठाओ जब नहीं चाहिए. अगर पैसा तब उठाओगे ना जब तुम्हें चाहिए, तो घटिया टर्म्स मिलेंगे, ज़्यादा डाइल्यूशन करोगे, you will not be happy about it. My take on valuation of a startup are fairly simple. Don't chase valuation. Build a good business, and valuations will follow. And most of the time, what happens is, in valuation mode, when you get into, you don't fundamentally build a good business. Because let's say, if the multiple is of GMV, you will chase that GMV, but you will not build the cost structures right. So my most important thing about valuation is, you don't think about valuation. Because if you're thinking about it, you're building the business wrong in the first place. Think about, is the transaction going to make money? Am I solving some real problem for the consumer? And is it having a real impact? अगर कंज्यूमर को अच्छा लग रहा है तो बार बार लेगा ना, तो कस्टमर एक्विजिशन कॉस्ट धीरे धीरे कम आती रहेगी. पर अगर एक ट्रांजैक्शन में आपने जो खर्चा लगाया वही आपका कभी कवर नहीं हो पा रहा और ट्रांजैक्शन ही लॉस में है, तो फिर आपका जो फिक्स कॉस्ट है वो भी कभी कवर नहीं होगा. मतलब मैं मानता हूँ कि स्टार्टअप्स में लॉस होना पॉसिबल है और होना भी चाहिए, क्योंकि पुराने ज़माने में लोग लगाते थे फैक्ट्री में पैसा. सीमेंट की फैक्ट्री लगानी, ज़मीन खरीदी, फैक्ट्री लगाई. हम लोग लगाते हैं टेक्नोलॉजी में पैसा, जो कि एसेट नहीं माना जाता, कि वो आप देख नहीं सकते, छू नहीं सकते, एक प्रोग्राम है वो. तो आवर इन्वेस्टमेंट गोज इन बिल्डिंग दिस टेक्नोलॉजी. बट टू कवर द कॉस्ट ऑफ दिस टेक्नोलॉजी एंड मेक प्रॉफिट, एवरी ट्रांजैक्शन हैपनिंग इन द प्लेटफॉर्म हैज टू थ्रो सम कैश बैक. And most of the startups, many of the startups, not most, but many of the startups have not even cracked how to make a transaction profitable. And I think that's what worries me in terms of valuation, because they are surviving on, investment coming for oxygen, right, to breathe. I think that's where I personally feel that the valuation chase at times makes you build businesses that are not structurally right, and many of them will shut down also. At Shark Tank, very early stage, companies come and you see the founder and you relate to him. I exactly see myself standing in too many founders, क्योंकि वो भी कई सारे लोग हैं बड़े तकलीफ से निकल के आए हैं, धंधा बनाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, स्टार्टअप है, प्रॉफिटेबल हैं कितने सारे लोग, घर बैठे हुए. When I see the show now, when I meet the pictures, there's a fighter out there who's a founder, and I see that picture is somewhat, every founder has got some common traits, and that's what I'm able to observe. Fighter होते हैं, बहुत हार्ड वर्किंग होते हैं, कंज्यूमर से कनेक्टेड होते हैं, ग्राउंड कनेक्ट होता है बहुत सॉलिड, डे टू डे एग्जीक्यूशन का नॉलेज होता है, धंधा पता होता है डे टू डे की कल कितनी सेल हुई, आज कितनी सेल हुई, कितना प्रॉफिट बन रहा है. तो इस तरीके के फाउंडर्स आते हैं ना, दिल से खुशी होती है कि इंडिया बदल रहा है. आई थिंक व्हेनेवर आई इन्वेस्ट इनटू अ बिजनेस, मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग फॉर मी इज द एंटरप्रेन्योर. बंदा कैसे, पहले बंदा फिर धंधा. सो आई लुक फॉर वैल्यू सिस्टम, एंड दैट्स द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट व्हेन आई लुक एट वैल्यू सिस्टम. में मैं ढूंढ रहा हूँ फाइटर है कि नहीं, हार्ड वर्किंग है कि नहीं, डे टू डे एग्जीक्यूशन में इन्वॉल्व है कि नहीं. basic traits which make you and is he a good human being, right? And that's the most important thing. And I think large businesses are built by good human beings. Then I check for the business itself. In the business, I have simple funda. Is the market addressable large enough? Second, I check for, does the founder have a spark, which means what's his superpower? जैसे मैंने बताया, I had SEO as my superpower. I try to find that superpower in my assessment. Then I try to see that in unit economics of the numbers. If he's a great Insta guy, telling good stories on Insta, millions of followers, then his CAC would be very low because most of the traffic would be organic. Somebody may be good coder. So I try to find that spark, what they have done, which reflects in numbers. And then obviously you try to, put in money to multiply. So you have to get the deal at the right equity structure so that it can multiply and there's an exit option available. Part of my investments are based on this philosophy. Half of my investments are based on, can this investment move India forward? Because when I see a picture and I may know that this business will not multiply very fast or will not become very large, or I may not have exit even. But I know that the picture who's standing there, crores of people watching this show are want to say, ये मेरे जैसे है. I can relate to the guy. और मैं भी कर सकता हूँ. I think अगर इधर इन्वेस्ट करूँगा तो maybe इंडिया इंस्पायर हो जाएगा. Because it's a good business. It's just not investable or getting exit out. But आपका रोल वहाँ पर वो है नहीं. As a shark मेरा रोल है कि मैं इंडिया को move forward करने आया. So I pick such businesses because I want to tell these are good businesses to build, these are profitable businesses to build, and you sitting at a home watching the show also can do it.